Hello. It's voice meme time because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I have done nothing useful today. So here we go. Okay. Recite a poem. This poem is called Here Bullet and it's by Brian Turner. If a body is what you want, then here is bone and gristle and flesh. Here is the clavicle snapped wish, the aorta's opened valves, the leap thought that makes the synaptic gap. Here is the adrenaline rush you crave, that inexorable flight, that insane puncture into heat and blood. And I dare you to finish what you've started, because here, bullet, here is where I complete the word you bring hissing through the air. Here is where I moan, the barrel's cold esophagus, triggering my tongue's explosives for the rifling I have inside of me. Each twist of the round spun deeper, because here, bullet, here is where the world ends, every time. Okay, and then read the first page to one of your favorite books. This one is going to be obvious immediately. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say they were perfectly normal, thank you very much. They were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious, because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. Mr. Dursley was the director of a firm called Grunnings, which made drills. He was a big, beefy man with hardly any neck, although he did have a very large mustache. Mrs. Dursley was thin and blonde, and had nearly twice the usual amount of neck, which came in very useful as she spent much of her time craning over the garden fences, spying on the neighbors. The Dursleys had a small son called Dudley, and in their opinion there was no finer boy anywhere. The Dursleys had everything they wanted, but they also had a secret, and their greatest fear was that somebody would discover it. Now I want to read it. My favorite book. Okay. Read the little blurb on the back of your shampoo bottle. This is really uninteresting. With honey and oatmeal, enhancing formula gently removes darkening, dulling buildup and reveals a full spectrum of blonde tones. Boring. Do a tongue twister. Okay. I have Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Peas. Say something in a different language. Me llamo Jessica. Estoy en Howell, Michigan. Not very interesting Spanish. Share an anecdote. Okay, so when I first started working at my job, we had this really, really ugly, like cherry red jacket that was very, very reminiscent of Michael Jackson. And around that time, for some reason, we had a remix of one of Michael Jackson's songs on our playlist. So when that song came on, I went around the corner, put the jacket on, and then moonwalked out into the main aisleway of the store, much to my manager at the time's delight, because I'm a moron at work. There's your anecdote. Do the rains in Spain stay mainly on the plains? The rain in Spain. All that does is make me think of My Fair Lady and the really weird version of that song that Family Guy did that was really strange. Okay. Summarize the last film or TV episode that you watched. Okay, the last thing I watched, other than the Olympics, was Breaking Bad. It's in season 2, I'm not sure which episode, but it's called Grilled. I think it's episode 2. And it's the one where Walt and Jesse have been kidnapped by the crazy drug dealer and are out in the middle of the desert and are afraid he's going to kill them. Yeah, that one. tell a joke. Okay, here's one of my favorite jokes in the whole world. It's what kind of overalls does Mario wear? Denim, denim, denim. I laugh every time. I tell that joke at work too, so we sell jeans. Hey. Okay, let us hear your ringtone and text message sound. Alright, I have to pull this up. So, oops. Not very exciting. Okay. My ringtone is play. Is anyone surprised that it's Darren? No. Okay, so my notification sound is this. That's really exciting. Okay, what did you have to eat today? I had leftover spaghetti this afternoon for lunch with my parents. And then I had pretzels and cream cheese for a snack because I didn't eat very much of the spaghetti because I didn't want it. Then we had chili for dinner. Yum. Oh. I have a text message. Talk about something that really scares you. Okay, something that really scares me is that I am just floating around in this meaningless existence, that I'm like all talk and no action. I say that I want to move to Chicago, but then I've been saying that for like 2 years and I haven't done it, and I don't know, this is really counterproductive, but I'm afraid that I'm paralyzed by fear, and then that fear of being too paralyzed to do anything makes me more paralyzed. Yeah, so I'm afraid I'll never really find my rhythm, I'll never really be successful at much of anything, and that I'll just stay in my little safe bubble this whole time because I'm too afraid to do anything else. Talk about something that makes you happy. Well, lately, my saving grace outside of Darren Chris's existence is teaching myself to play guitar. Got a really great, beautiful guitar for Christmas, and I've actually been making decent progress playing it, and I really, really love to sing, and so now I can, play songs and sing and actually create a whole song rather than, having to find a karaoke version or whatever. Like, I could maybe do music at some point as part of my life, and that's exciting and makes me very happy. Favorite word? Well, I don't really have one. I think, I don't know, there's a lot of words I say a lot. I'm kind of like surfer-esque. I say man a lot and dude a lot. So I don't know. Those are kind of my punctuation. I say them so often they're almost like punctuation in my speech. Least favorite word? Chunky. I think it's a gross word. It always just makes me think of vomit, and I don't do vomit well, so no thank you on the chunky. What turns you on? Funny people, big time. If a guy is funny and he shares my sense of humor, if he can make me laugh, that's like the number one way to my heart. If we're talking physicality, I really love hands. You've probably seen me melt down about Darren's hands on Tumblr before. And arms, and eyes, and smiles. I just, boys. What turns you off? Arrogance, rude, mean behavior of any kind. Just don't really see the need for that. And just not being able to have any empathy or sympathy, like not being able to see things from other people's point of views. I don't like that. What sound or noise do you love? I love thunderstorms. I love them. I know there are people that are scared of them. I'm not one of those people. I love thunder and lightning, the sound it makes. I think it's calming, along with rain and running water. What sound do you hate? I really, this is such a weird, specific thing, and my mom was picking on me so bad for it the other day, because it's been so cold here, and it happens when it's really, really cold. When it's super cold, and you walk on the snow, it makes this really, like, squeaky sound. It's not just the normal crunching of snow under your shoes, it's, like, squeaky, and that gives me, like, nails on the chalkboard syndrome, like, ooh, I can't do it. I hate it. Also, alarm clocks. I hate waking up to alarm clocks. I hate any and all sounds that any and all alarm clocks make. No, go away. What's your favorite curse word? Definitely fuck. I love that word. I say it all the time. But I have a pretty terrible mouth, and sometimes it's a challenge controlling it at work, because I've gotten to be pretty good friends with my coworkers, and I get comfortable, and then my mouth happens. Ugh. What profession other than your own would you like to try, or would you think you'd enjoy? I would really like to try being like a musician or an actor. I feel like I would enjoy that kind of work. The biggest reason I didn't go into it in the first place is because I have terrible audition and stage fright. I think it comes from being a perfectionist. I like freak out about not doing well. What profession would you not like to do? I would not like to do anything that requires me to sit in an office in a cubicle. Any and all jobs that require that are not for me. I think I would hate my life. With the exception of, like, being a dispatcher for a police station, because I've done that before, and you do sit at a desk, but I think it's totally different than, like, a normal cubicle job. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates? This is not something I think about very often. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I would just want him to tell me that I did all right. You did good, kid. I guess. If you're brave enough, sing us a little song. Oh gosh, what little song should I sing? Oh, well, lately I've been singing a lot of Take Me or Leave Me from Rent, and I won't sing the whole song because it's obnoxious and it's really late and I don't want to, like, belt it out. But take me for what I am, who I was meant to be, and if you give a damn, take me, baby, or leave me.